Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at a Dell Inspiron. This is an all-in-one. This model specifically is an Inspiron 24 series 5459 model. And so this was brought to us because it has a bad hard drive in it. And so we're going to be disassembling it so we can replace the hard drive. For this you're going to need just a Phillips head screwdriver, and you'll also need some sort of pry tool. For this we're using an iFixit pry tool here. Any spudger should work. If you have a guitar pick or even a credit card, that should probably do the trick as well. First thing we're going to want to do is to lift this hinge up as far as it'll go. And I'll slide this back so hopefully you might be able to see a little bit better. But we also like to put a piece of foam down so the glass on the screen doesn't hit the desk. Reason why is because if there's any debris, if the weight of the all-in-one is laying on top of it, it can risk cracking the glass. And we definitely don't want that. So we're going to want to remove this cover here, and I'll try to put that on an angle so you can see it a little bit better. So hopefully now you can see a little bit better. We're going to stick our pry tool into this right here. You can see that this cover is separated at right here and right here. So what we're going to want to do is just remove that little back piece. So we'll insert our pry tool there, pry up, and we should be able to, in one swift motion, pull that out like so. Now there are a few screws. I'll lay it back down, and I'll push this back down, and we can see now we have two screws here. They're labeled M4 on both sides, and we now will want to remove those. So I'll try to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. So now we'll just remove those 4 screws. We have a Phillips screwdriver here. This is a Phillips 1-bit, and we're just going to remove those 4 screws so we can remove this stand. So we have one more screw here, and we have another screw hiding right here. And so now that those 4 are removed, we should be able to lift this stand up and pull this out like so. And at this point you can see that the computer actually gives you a little bit of an instruction here. At this point now, really all we have to do is lift the bottom cover off. So I'll zoom out so you can see that a little bit better, and we will use our pry tool once again. And like I said before, we use this foam piece just to prevent the glass from hitting the table in case there's anything lying on there like a screw. We don't want to damage it, so we're going to try to leave it on here the whole time and just simply remove it. Now this can be a little bit tricky because these clips that hold them in are generally fairly strong, but I'm going to use a guitar pick for this. The pry tool should work as well, but you're just going to want to insert your pry tool into the side of the all-in-one. You can see here, hopefully, if I can get that to focus. Basically you're going to want to insert it right into this groove right here, and then you should be able to start prying everything apart. Hopefully I can show that right in there. So we will start prying this off and working our way along the edges. Now you should hear some clips start to unlatch as you go down. You can see now that's actually starting to separate there, and you just sort of clip pop there as well. Now I can lay it back down and just do that, work our way around the machine. Don't insert the tool too far in. Generally speaking, about ½ an inch or so is usually fine. And we'll just continue working our way around the machine now. And like I said, these clips are pretty strong, so it might take a little bit of force to be able to actually unlatch them. So don't be afraid to put a good amount of pressure into your pry tool. So I'm still working my way around. Let's see, we're still going along the edges here. And we do have one side up. And now that you have one side up, you can typically lift the whole thing up like so. You hear those clips separating, which is okay. And now the whole bottom should come off just like so. So now we have access to most of the machine here. We have the fan, we have the memory, wireless card, we have the motherboard, of course, BIOS battery, hard drive, which is actually using a 2.5-inch laptop drive, and the DVD drive. So in this case, we're going to be replacing the hard drive. So we're just going to take this one screw out down here. And generally with these, they have this connector that's screwed in, mounted to the actual machine. So we can push down on this latch and slide the drive back like so, and now the drive just comes right out, and you can disconnect it from the board side, the connector there, and now you have access to the drive. So we're going to be replacing this with a solid state drive. This is a gigabyte 250 gig SSD. It's only about $30, so generally it makes more sense to replace the hard drive with a solid state because of the price. 1 terabyte drive, especially for a customer that doesn't have a lot of data, doesn't make much sense to put another hard drive in there because of the speed. This customer only had about 60 gigs used, including the operating system. So at that point, it makes more sense to put a solid state in, because given the age of this machine, they've only really used a small fraction of the drive. So this 240 gig drive should last them really the lifespan of the actual computer. So to put the new drive in, we're going to take these 4 screws out. We have 1 screw here on all 4 corners of the drive. We have 1 here as well. Remove that. Third screw. And actually we only have 3 screws. It looks like we don't have 1 up here. This has actually got a block off. So now we can lift the drive out. Keep in mind the orientation. The connector was right here, so we want to make sure that that lines up with this notch. So when we put the new drive in, we'll want to make sure that that's still aligned, like so. And the connector's right there in that notch. And now we can put those 3 screws in back into the sides. So we will go ahead and do that. We have 1 screw in now, and we have those other 2 on this side, and we will screw that back in. Like so. And now that that's back in, you can put the drive back in. Connect it to this connector first, like that, push that in, and then slide this back forward, and now that's mounted. You shouldn't be able to pull it straight out, it should be locked in there now, and then you just want to put the locking screw back in, just like so, and at that point you've got the drive replaced, so really you're pretty much done. So now we just need to do everything in the reverse order, so we need to put the bottom back on, and same thing, we will basically just slide this in. Now it's going to be a little bit easier if we line this up so that way these top clips line up with or sit flushly into the top of the computer. So try to line those up first, and once those are aligned, then you should be able to lay the machine down and just apply pressure going around. You'll hear those clips that were popping out before, you'll hear them clipping back in. So work my way around the edges here, and then all the clips should be good. Just look around to make sure that all the ports line up, all the port holes line up on the sides as well. And once you can confirm that, then you should be good to go. Then we could put this stand back on, which again just sort of slides in there like so. And just like that, make sure that those screw holes aligned. You can throw those 4 M4 screws back in, and then after that we are good to go. So I'll throw these in like so. We have the 3rd screw and the 4th screw down here. And now that that's done, we can get this little cover that we took off before, slide that back in, snap that down, and just like that, it's all set. So that was how to take apart and replace the hard drive on a Dell Inspiron 24. This is a 5459 series model. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe for more repair videos in the future.